we have seen an example with letters and words, how the information storage and retrieval happens. Now, let us take an example with numbers. So what happens, how you model the data and how do you structure it so that you can store it and then retrieve it efficiently using the TRIEs. Let us take an example of a unique identifiable numbers. Like it could be your social security number, or it could be Aadhaar number in Indian context, or any unique identifiable number. So here, for the discussion, I have taken 12-digit unique Aadhaar number. In an Indian context, it is a unique identifiable number for every Indian. So it has 12 digits, and this 12-digit unique identifiable number has a lot of other information which is personally identifiable and uniquely identifiable. So your unique identity is this 12-digit number. When you have that, the government can fetch or retrieve a lot of other information while you are doing transactions. Right? So let us take this 12-digit number and how you can store these 12-digit number into a TRIE data structure and then retrieve the information as and when you require it. Right? So you go to a center, let's say a government registration center, and you give your Aadhaar number. So they type in your Aadhaar number and all your data is retrieved so quick. Right? For where we have more than 100 crores of population, which is equivalent to 100 crores of unique identifiable numbers with tagged with a lot of data, how would you be able to retrieve so quickly? Right? So the TRIEs, when you model your data using TRIEs, and then the retrieval is efficient. Let's understand this. Understanding of how you store the digits, the numbers into TRIEs and then retrieve them is the crucial part of our discussion. Let's see. So you have 12 digits. Let's consider them long integers. Right? So they always contain digits. They're not fractions. So therefore we go for long integer. Let's consider it as a long integer number. Now, how do you store them? Like you have seen in the example of alphabets. So you have defined 26 characters and any English word will fit into those 26 characters. Now, what do you do with numbers? So any number can fit into 0 to 9, 10 digits, isn't it? So you would take the initial array of 10 digits, 0 to 9. So you go ahead, right? Take 0 to 9, 0 to 9, right? So now you can start storing one by one. Now, how does that happen? Right? So as we have seen an example with strings and words, it is similar to that. Now here, let us do a little variant of what we have done so that you understand two different representations. Well, so you begin with a number, right? So 5. You go ahead and start with 5. So you start with 5. What do? From 5, you draw another array of 10 digits, 0 to 9, and you can directly store that number. Okay, so you can directly store that number. But where do you store that number? That's important. So this TRIE's data structure is used for retrieval. So when you have 5, you are defining another array to say that you have continuity for this. But where do you actually store that Aadhaar number? Right? So you could store here for the discussion, you could store it here. So here you are actually storing the Aadhaar number that is starting with the digit 5. Well, so then you have an array, extra array here. Why do we need it? We don't need it. In this model, you don't need this extra array here. As you have just started, you don't have any duplicates so far that are beginning with 5. So you can straight away store in the 5 digit with another data type which stores actual Aadhaar number. So you would store Aadhaar number here. So I would call it AN. Well, so we don't need this, right? So that was the difference. What you have noted in your previous example with strings or words. You kept on, increasing the tree size as you are getting the new words. But here you have got the first one, so you store the actual number here. Okay, so you have completely stored that number, which is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have completely stored that number. Now let's go to the second number. Second number is also starting with digit 5. Now again you come here, so but this is filled. How do you do it? Right? You can't store 2 digits. So therefore, what you do now, you spin up the array for this particular digit. So when you do that, right, again you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have spinned up a new array with 0 to 9. Got it? Now, so you have to move this because this cannot be filled, which says that there is no new child to it. So therefore, you remove this. And where do you store that now? You have to store the actual number somewhere, right? So where do you have to store that? So you have to store that the next digit, 4. So you would store at 4. You would store that at 4. But yet, you have another 4 here, right? So you have another 4. So what do? Again, you spin up one more array at 4. So for the sake of clarity, let me point this to the entire array instead of, it should not give you an impression that that is pointing to 0 or 1 or particular digit. So this, now here in this node, you have a reference to the next array. And here at 4, you have a reference to next array. So 4 is done, right? So 5, 4 is done. 3, there is again duplicate. So in this array, from 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, you have 3. So what do you have to do? You spin another array. From again 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're getting it? So we have two numbers now which are almost repeating digit by digit. So 5, you have 4, 3, right? And the next 2 is also common. So therefore, you spin another array. Again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, let's see what is happening next. What is the next digit that is coming to us? 2 is done. Now next is 1. The first row, we have 1. So therefore, you go to 1. You go to 1. You could store it there. Let's see if the next digit is common. Next digit, here it is 1, here it is 2. So it is not common. Therefore, you can actually store the Aadhaar number here. And how do you store the next one? At 2. At 2, you would store the another Aadhaar number. You're getting it? So this is very important, guys. So let's say now you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So as you have started building the TRIE structure here, so since you have no structure built, you would begin with 5 and store the number here. Next, you take the second number and then that is beginning with 5 again. So therefore, you cannot have this. You spin another array at this. So this 5 now refers to another array. Here, you store this number at 4 because the second digit is 4. But again, as you traverse the second one, it has 4 again. So therefore, you spin a new array. You spin a new array. You spin a new array until there are no duplicates. So no two Aadhaar numbers, no two SSN numbers can be the same. At most, last digit will be different if rest of all are same. So therefore, what you would do, you would spin up 12 such arrays. That the 12th one will have a unique one. Well, So that's how you continue to spin these arrays and build the trie. So now what we have done, we are done with these two numbers. Now we have successfully stored them until we get another number which is, which contains at least 4 to 5 digits of duplicate numbers. Let us walk through the next digit, next number. So next number begins with 1. So you always start with the root, right? This is called root. So you always start with here. So that next digit is 1. So there is nothing at 1 stored so far. So you directly store the other number here as we have discussed. Easy. The next one is 2, starting with 2. So you always start with root. So 2 is also empty. So you store the other number that is beginning with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is the next one? 1. Okay, 1. Oh, this is occupied. So it's a time to spin up another array. Right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you move this other number, the previous one, to where? So the previous number's next digit is 2. So you store this other number here. Well, so what is this current number's next digit? 3. So here at 3, you store the other number. You're done. Now you could represent the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and as well as the 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the two unique numbers are represented. What is the next number in the series? 9. So you go 9. So 9 is not occupied. So you directly store the other number here. At least for this example, we are done building a trie data structure. Okay, just to quickly revise what we have seen, you have 6 Aadhaar numbers given to you and you are building a trie data structure to store them so that you can effectively retrieve the particular number and its associated details stored in your node or data structure. Well, so you have taken the first number and an array with 0 to 9. You remember, right? So why did we take 0 to 9? It's because any number cannot go beyond 0 to 9. So we have only 10 digits, that is 0 to 9. So we take the array of 0 to 9 and you store the starting 5. So 5 is empty, so you directly store the other number here. You're done with that. You're done with the first number in the list. And the second, 5. Oh, again, this is starting with 5. So 5, we see that it is occupied. Then you start exploring the next digit. Next digit of the first number is 4. So you build another array at 4 and store the existing other number. Then traverse the second number, 4. Oh, again 4. So I have to remove that other number from here and spin up another array and then store 3. At 3, you store the old Aadhaar number, the existing Aadhaar number. You come to the new number, again you find duplicate. So at 3, you spin up another array. So again 2, you find it duplicate, again another spin up another array. Here, you don't find a duplicate digit. So for the first existing Aadhaar number, you find 1. For the new one, you find 2. So therefore, you go to 1 and store your Aadhaar number for the existing one. For the new one, go to 2 and store the Aadhaar number. Right? So with this, we built for these two. Likewise, for 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So for 1, it's the very first time the 1 digit has come, so you store the other number. For 2, so you go to 2 and store the other number directly. And again, you have got 1, so therefore, you have to move the existing Aadhaar, spin up a new array, and store the existing Aadhaar at the next digit, what you have, 2. And for the current number, you have 3. So no duplicate. So therefore, at 3, you store the other number. And the next in the list is 9. So 9 is empty. There are nothing stored so far. So you go ahead and store 9, the other number that is beginning with 9 here. And you're done with the list. You're done with the list. This is how you build the trie data structure, right, for the numbers.